Any timeline on when we can expect that innovation exemption? I've asked you this before, Chairman Atkins, but I'll ask you again.
soon. I think here in the next few weeks, we have our own process that we have to go through, with respect to new things like that, as far as clearance with people who are the OIRA, the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the Office of Management and Budget. That's a good mouthful for that organization. But anyway, so they're the ones who are kind of the last step when they look at what agencies of the government are about to promulgate, and they're trying to be a good review for the administration. Don't begrudge them that.
Regulatory compliance, institutional, real-world asset, RWA tokenization is going to be one of the leading sectors. ISO compliance is going to be one of the leading sectors in crypto, and ZBCN is positioned for that, guys. It's one of the only altcoins that hit so many sectors, and the team is so connected. They're building, they're showing the path forward for future altcoins. If your altcoin is not, mapping out a framework the same way ZBCN is, I would think it's not a good altcoin to invest in, man. ZBCN has a ton of strength in its price action, but not only in its price action. A lot of people obviously pay attention to price action, but just take a look at what's under the hood for ZBCN. The fundamentals, a stellar team, partnership with Stellar XLM, right? I didn't even plan that. And, consistently building, going out into different conferences, speaking with different industry leaders, trying to, connect and collaborate with industry leaders, and on board Wall Street institutions, traditional finance to the Web3 space. I'm telling you guys, ZBCN is set up in a great spot moving forward. And I think, like I said, smartest thing to do with your portfolio is to have a diversified portfolio. Never go all in one project. But with that said, diversified portfolio, I think ZBCN should be one of the projects that you have in your portfolio, right? Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, and never invest money when it's to lose, right? So this is from Justin the Messenger. ZBCN, new SEC Chair Paul Atkins tells Crypto America the SEC's long-awaited tokenization innovation exemption could arrive in the next few weeks, right? So you saw Larry Fink of BlackRock, CEO of BlackRock. We saw Brian Armstrong of Coinbase, CEO of Coinbase, saying tokenization is the future. Everything will be tokenized. Stocks, real estate, companies, applications, you name it, right? Will be tokenized. Everything will be tokenized. Everything will be on the blockchain. Everything will become a part of the crypto space, and everything will be used through crypto eventually. And most people won't even know they're using crypto because it's going to be frictionless. Well, one of the projects that is building to towards that goal is ZBCN. ZBCN is going to tokenize. They've already built out RWA payment rails in a next level. We've already seen remittances, the super app. All of these things have been built out with ZBCN, and again, hitting the institutional sector, RWA sector, payment rail, remittances. It's again, the project is just packed with fundamental value here, and I think, like I said, this is one of the projects you should definitely have in your portfolio. But again, nothing is guaranteed. We also see top RWA projects by social activity. And one of the projects that is in the top 3 listed, just under Ondo, right? Ondo is one of the, I would say, Ondo is more than is from what we've seen as far as market cap and building go, connections, partnerships. Ondo is the biggest RWA platform. And I would say ZBCN is the second, right? We can see from the social activity. It's Ondo, then ZBCN, right? XDC network there as well. I think XDC network is a sleeper as well, right? So it's Ondo, right? A lot of people are bullish on Ondo as an RWA platform, but then it's ZBCN, right? And I think, ZBCN is way more undervalued than a lot of projects in the space. If you're bullish on XRP, XLM, Ondo, I think you should be bullish on ZBCN. So it's really, really taking over on the social activity. So there's a lot of interest here for ZBCN on the social side of things. Impressions, tweets, trending on X, etc. ZBCN is right up there, man, and Ondo, just above it, right? Because Ondo is the biggest RWA platform right now. So being second in social activity to Ondo means there's a potential for more upside for ZBCN, right? From George San Martin, 99,000 holders of ZBCN. ZBCN is becoming a powerhouse. So much to come. There's no better project on the market, in my opinion. You're still early to stack like never before. The conviction billion-dollar companies are not built overnight. We are the pirates drawn together, LFG, right? So 99,000 holders, almost 100,000 holders for ZBCN, which is fantastic to see, guys. That's so incredible, because a lot of projects in the space don't even get above 3,000, 10,000 holders, right? 100,000 people have this project in their wallets, in their portfolio. That's a lot of people, right? And I'm telling you, with that 100,000 people, you're creating an army here. And with those 100,000 people that hold the project and are willing to hold for the long term, imagine just 10, 20,000 of them decide, you know what, we're going to go out and we're going to make a campaign here for ZBCN, and we're going to bull post this thing like the XRP army does, right? And that 10 to 20,000, 50% of those people, 50,000 people just go out and tell their coworkers, friends and families, I have some ZBCN. You should also invest in it as well, right? I'm telling you, it is going to create just a massive effect in guerrilla marketing, and I'm sure people do that with their holdings already, right? I don't think it's an issue if you go out and tell people, hey, I have conviction on this project. You don't have to invest with me, but I think you should definitely research it, at least research it, right? And I think that is an amazing thing here, right? Because again, you could accomplish so much with 1,000 people under your flag or banner, right? So that's fantastic. So Poseidon Crypto, been getting a lot of messages asking me to talk about ZBCN again, so here it is. Most people are still looking at tokens. I'm looking at the rails. This isn't just another app, it's a full stack. Users, super app, neobanks. Neobanks are really taking over, guys. Why would people use regular banks when they can use a neobank? We don't have to go to the bank. We don't have to wait in line. We don't have to wait over the weekend until it's open again. We have issues. We don't have to call anybody, right? Crypto, the blockchain rails, the frictionless blockchain rails are fantastic, right? I'm from the Caribbean, guys. So initially, people, if they want to send money overseas, they would go to what's it called, Western Union or MoneyGram, right? And they would take their money and send it overseas to Western Union. If more people knew about crypto and crypto wallets like MetaMask, Phantom, the ZBCN Super app, right? If they knew about the ZBCN Super app, you just have some money in there once you got that onboarded through crypto, and then boom, you could send it instantly to anywhere in the world, as long as the person has the app as well, right? Remittances, neobanks are the future, right? And I'm telling you, this is going to be, blockchain is the future of society, or finance as we know it. When you think money, you think blockchain. It's going to happen. And I think at that point, people are going to look at crypto. They're not going to look at crypto outside of, people that are outside of the space, that are new to the space. They're not going to look at it with this disdain of, oh, crypto is a scam, etc. Because people still look at it as a scam. It's a difficult space to be in, because again, it's you have to research, you have to spend your time learning about things, you have to know what to look for in projects, etc. But as far as the technology that's built, that side of crypto, you can't call that a scam, right? So as far as what's happening here with ZBCN, what they're building with their remittance payment platforms, card program, etc., you can't call what they built a scam at all, right? So powered by the Zebec PayFile rails, connected to institutional layers, Canton and Lattice, settled on chain. That's not hype, that's infrastructure. If this model works, you're not betting on a feature, you're looking at a system that plugs into how money actually moves. Quietly one of the more interesting builds in the space right now, and we have a nice graphic here on how powerful this project is. From the crypto super apps like the Zebec super app here, crypto neobanks connected to the PayFile rails and the institutional rails, which unlock the ultimate financial system, right? If you compare it to a bank can't keep up. They just can't. Banks can't keep up. Then we have an official tweet from the Zebec's official account. Real-time payroll built on crypto rails. Set up a real-time payments in minutes with the Zebec super app. Deposit funds, create and customize your streams. Automate payments, no delays, no need to wait 14 days for the payroll. More change coming soon. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let me mute it. Don't want to get copyrighted. Now to set up payroll in the Zebec Super app, deposit funds to the vault. Okay. Deposit in 50 ZBCN. Okay. Go to streaming window. This is pretty cool stuff. Create a new stream. Input your details. Payroll for March. Okay, so this is setting up payrolls. Now everyone can use the payrolls, but again, institutions, enterprises, corporations, etc. Businesses, they're gonna want to use something like this, right? This is their product market fit, guys. Who's gonna be, investors in ZBCN? All types of people, businesses as well, right? Corporate investors, enterprises as well. That's their PMF. This is pretty cool, man. Look at that. Set up a new payment. Transaction process, and there you go. You can set up a payroll right here with the Zebec Super app. That's what crypto should be focused on. When it comes to finance, it's basically making everything you know and think about finance simple and easy, right? So business owners out there, if you run a business, man, now would be a time to set up your payroll with the Zebec Super app. And then you could just use the tutorial to help you to show you how to use that. 79,000 impressions on this. Pretty awesome stuff, guys. It really is. So ZBCN right now sitting at 2023. Holding this level here and showing a lot of strength. Looks like it's ready to break out once again from here, man, because it's making higher lows. And it's slowly showing more strength, guys, which is fantastic to see. So it's sitting at $233 million in market cap. And again, showing a lot more strength compared to the macro market. Bitcoin is down right now 3%, yet ZBCN is holding, right? Holding very strong here. It is. It's holding very strong here. So pay attention to that. Like I said, the coins that are showing strength against Bitcoin and outperforming Bitcoin are typically the winners. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, guys. It really helps out. Join my Discord, follow me on X, and subscribe to my Clips channel for more content. And as always, I'll be letting you guys know, again, YouTube policies are very restrictive. Got striked on one of my live streams, and I basically say the same thing I say every video, that none of this is financial advice. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Nothing is guaranteed in the space, etc. Still got striked. So if you want to support the channel further, for $5 a month, join my Patreon. Link to that is in the description. It really helps out, guys. It truly does. And just want to thank you for all the support, and I'll catch you in the next